Hey everybody, it's BondOfGames, and today I'm bringing you guys a Pokemon X and Y Wi-Fi battle between me and my good friend Cobanermani456. But before we get into this, I just want to say Happy New Year to all, and since this is my first video of 2014, I'm curious, do you guys have any New Year's resolutions? If so, let me know in the comments below, and one of mine personally is to upload and or stream every single day this year, and basically be as consistent as possible. And just so you guys know, I'll only be streaming on Twitch for the most part. So follow me there so you can get updates for streams and just know when I'm going live. I'll upload highlights and random stuff such as online gameplay that I do with viewers onto YouTube, as well as general live LPs and playthroughs like I'm kind of going through Kingdom Hearts 2 right now. But aside from that, everything will only be on Twitch. Okay, anyway, without any further ado, let's begin. Now, we actually had this battle, I would say about a week ago. So last year, basically. I know we're supposed to move forward, but hey, why not recycle some old footage that I never got to show? Anyway, he leads off with his Greninja, and I lead off with my Rotom Wash. Now, he knows from the get-go something's gonna get burned. He knows I'm gonna use Will-O-Wisp, so he went and used Hidden Power Fire just to troll me and make it to where I couldn't burn him. And right here he goes ahead and switches out to Gliscor. Now I don't know if he was expecting me to use Volt Switch or he was hoping for Will-O-Wisp to miss, but I went for the Will-O-Wisp anyway, and I knew I would burn whatever came in unless it was Talonflame, but why would he send in Talonflame? So I ended up burning his Gliscor, and pretty much a burned Gliscor is a useless Gliscor. So his only chance of doing anything now is to possibly freeze me or make me flinch. But anyway, I go in for the Hydro Pump and I actually miss, which allows him to get a little more damage in. He can possibly flinch me with Rock Slide, so hacks can happen. Hacks is a possible thing, but nothing works out for him. I end up using Hydro Pump and I finish him off. So here, I have no idea who he's sending in, but he ends up sending in his Togekiss, and pretty much like everything else on his team, my plan is to Will-O-Wisp it, at least have it lose some HP every turn, and then do whatever extra damage I can in the long run. So I Will-O-Wisp, he gets burned, and he loses a little bit of his HP, of course. Now at this point, I was wondering whether I should use Volt Switch or just use Hydro Pump and try to whittle his HP down, so I end up going for the Hydro Pump. It does a pretty decent chunk. I was actually kind of surprised. But anyway, he goes for the Air Slash, and since I'm faster, I'm not going to get any flinch hacks or anything. And since I am part electric, he can't Thunder Wave me, so I'm liking my odds against this Togekiss. And he uses a Citrus Berry on this Togekiss, which I still really don't understand, but hey, it's helped him time and time again, so I can't say anything. But anyway, he goes for the Ancient Power, trying to boost his stats, and I use my old Resto Chesto. It's been around forever, and it's still a very deadly combo. So I heal up completely, I use my Chesto, and I wake up, and at this point I'm just going to keep Hydro Pumping until I do enough damage, and then possibly Volt Switch out. Actually no, I Volt Switch out now. My bad, it's actually been a while since I looked at this. But anyway, I Volt Switch out. I was hoping for the kill, but it didn't quite do it, so I needed to send in something to take a hit. So I figured I'd just send in my Ferrothorn and get ready to set up on whatever's coming out next. No matter what he does to me, he's about to faint from the burn, so I'm not too concerned. And right here, I think he's about to go into his Salamence. Floored Sozin. Yep, this is his Salamence. And I know I'm going to survive a Flamethrower. If he had Fire Blast, I don't know for sure if I would have survived, but I know if he has Flamethrower, I'm going to survive. And I should have just went for the Stealth Rocks. I have no idea why I didn't, but kind of got some power hacks here, so I went ahead and used the Stealth Rocks anyway. And honestly, if I just used Stealth Rocks in the beginning and fainted, then there would have been no difference. These two power hacks in a row. Now, I know at first glance that's terrible, but in reality, in the long run, it really made no difference in the outcome of the battle, and you'll see why soon enough. So, he actually gets a Flamethrower off now, after this whole Leech Seed thing. So he actually gets the Flamethrower off, he's not paralyzed. Well, he's paralyzed, so he doesn't get the power hacks. He takes out my Ferrothorn, and I think the only logical thing to do here would take out the Salamence before it starts somehow para-sweeping me. If that's even a possibility. So I send in my own Greninja. And at this point, he knows he can't switch in safely, so he might as well just let his Salamence take the hit. So that whenever he sends in something else, it doesn't die as soon as it comes in. So now he sends out his Red Robin, yum. And the Stealth Rocks make a huge difference here because of how low his HP got, obviously, and he doesn't have anything to rapid spin him away. So I just go ahead and switch out to my Rotom instead of using U-turn because I know he's going to go for that Brave Bird. Who wouldn't expect Brave Bird here? So I go into Rotom to take the hit, and it's actually a critical hit, so it did a little more than I wanted it to. But it's okay, and I don't know why he went for a Will-O-Wisp particularly. I think he was just trying to whittle me down as much as possible, just in case anything else can't stand up against it. So I end up going for the Volt Switch. I take him out. And here I come back, and I'm gonna send in Greninja again. Now get this. His brightest idea was to send in his own Greninja. So now we got a Shiny Greninja standoff. However, I go for the U-turn. And since Protean hasn't kicked in, Greninja is still a Water Dark type, so this is an easy one-hit KO. Now, if he had gone first, I don't think he carries U-turn. I think he just carries Hidden Power, Fire, Ice Beam, Scald maybe. I don't know what moves he has exactly, but either way, I knew I wasn't going to get one-hit KO'd, so I just went for the U-turn, and it worked out very dandily. Now here we go. We send on our... Well, this is his last Pokemon. That completely slipped my mind while we were actually battling. I thought he had at least 2 more Pokemon left. I don't know why. I just lost track of what was going on. But these, coincidentally, are our Mega Pokemon. So I end up going for the Mega Aggron. He goes for the Mega Aerodactyl. And while he starts using his Earthquake, which is pretty much all he could have possibly done. Maybe if he had Fire Fang, he could have possibly gotten a flinch or burn out of the deal. But I honestly don't know what his moveset is, and Earthquake was probably the best thing he had. And like I said, I completely forgot that this was his last Pokemon. And then it was this turn right here where I noticed, oh, there's one Pokeball in the top right corner. Okay then. But anyway, even after a Rock Polish, I didn't even outspeed the Aerodactyl. So Aerodactyl is a threat. Good thing I had Aggron go up against it. Mega Aggron is amazing. I highly recommend it for everybody. He can do just about everything physical. Amazing tank. Anyway, that was the battle, 5-0, but Kobe has owned me quite a couple times himself. Like, I think it's pretty much 50-50 between us. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Sometimes it's a good game, sometimes it's terrible and he 6-0s me or vice versa. But this was a pretty good battle. I just had the upper hand a couple times. He was not expecting Rotom Wash. That was like his biggest threat. But anyway, that'll be it for this battle. And like I said, I'll try to be way more consistent this year. And I'll see you guys next time. And until then, thank you very much for watching. Goodbye.